So, you did have a perm, or how would you classify a perm or relaxer before you had natural hair?
I would say perm because I was never relaxed. When I took it, I was always on edge. So, I'm sorry. Should I do that part over again?
No, that's cool. That's cool.
I would define natural hair as hair that retains its natural texture. It's the texture that you were born with. Basically, natural hair is where the texture of the hair has not been chemically altered.
Hair is important because for me, it's like our crown. It's the first thing that you see when you look at somebody. You see their face and you see their hair. So it's very, very important to us.
I love my hair. I cannot put it into words. Like, I do wish it was a bit thicker, but I love my hair. Like, oh my gosh, totally in love with my hair because it is so versatile.
For me, number one makes hair natural is for African American women is one that has texture. And you're not trying to make it super, super straight or super, super opposite in texture. That's what makes it natural to me.
Ideally, I would love for women to have natural hair. I want us to get to a space where having natural hair is normal. You can wear your hair blown out, you can wear your hair in braids, and it's a normal thing. It's not something to have an entire forum about.
There's some people out there who will say that choosing to go natural is a very significant choice, right? Like, you have to be ready for it, mentally, emotionally, which is interesting because when you think about it, it's just hair, right? So the fact that it has so much weight is interesting, but it's also kind of sad.
Some of the biggest misconceptions that I've encountered about natural hair, that you're automatically either, you're growing your own vegetables and you're like, you're Mother Earth.
You're always gonna be wearing kente cloth or, dancing at the farmer's market, or
your revolution on wheels, that that you're up on what's going on in Sri Lanka and what's going on like around the world.
My mother asks me every time she sees me, like, how do I comb it? Like, is it hard to comb my hair? And I'm like, sometimes. Getting a relaxer is almost like a rite of passage for young Black girls. It's just like when you are around 11 or 12, it's almost at a pointed time to move into like hair adulthood. So it's almost like a ceremony in a sense of coming to age.
There was some type of chemical that my older sister put in my hair, and I was about 10, 11 years old at the time. And it was kind of interesting to me as a child because the promise was that when we would wash our hair and the water would go over my younger sister and our head, we would be able to see our hair straight enough that it would fall over the front of our head. And, that was the goal there, to straighten it, and we could actually see that our hair change to the front.
At the age of 16, the Jeri curl came on the scene for me. And I begged my mom if I could get a Jeri curl. And so she allowed me to get a Jeri curl, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. Now, I did not have the drip, that Jeri curl drip. And I remember having to get my hair cut really, really, really short because some of my hair still had, some of the perm on. So they had to cut my hair really, really short in order for me to be able to get the curly perm. But I had the curly perm, believe it or not. This is going to sound really weird. But I had the curly perm until she was born.
I didn't want a perm. My mom thought I needed a perm. And we talked to my aunt, and then she's a hairdresser, and then my hairdresser. And they're like, she doesn't really need a perm. She has good hair. And then my mom was like, well, I think she needs a perm. So she kind of coaxed me, convinced me to get one. So I got a perm, 13. And I guess after a while, I didn't care very much. So like it was easy to take care of because I didn't have to do that much because I went to the hairdresser like every week. So after a while, I got like used to it and I accepted it.
You know, sometimes she would say, well, she wanted her hair to look a certain way. Well, I couldn't make it look a certain way with the texture that she had. So I probably, you know, the more she asked, I said, well, maybe we should think about you getting a perm, you know. And so I think that's how it kind of came about.
Everyone had, you know, their hair all cute and permed and straight and curled, and I was looking at myself in the mirror like, dang, I want to do my hair like Mary J. Blige. I want to do my hair like Salt and Pepper. So, and I realized I really couldn't do that with, you know, with the way that my hair was. So it wasn't really, it was more so, I guess, societal and what I was framing my mind around at the time as a young child. But I wanted the perm, I needed the perm, I had to have the perm. Everybody else had the perm. It was just, I needed the perm. It was that kind of rite of passage at that age.
I began wearing an afro in high school, probably when I was in the 12th grade. And that was in the 70s, about 73, 74. Talk about confident, defiant, beautiful. It was just a huge, empowering feeling to be, you know, lockstep into who we are as a people. Well, I have to say that Donna Summers probably ended my afro. You know, the year disco came.
I went to a barber shop that was owned by some Hispanics, and I told them I want to cut my hair. When I sat down in the barber's chair, he thought I had a wig, so he was looking for like clip-ons to take the wig off, and I told him, no, this is all my hair. I want you to cut it. He was upset. He's like, why do you want to cut your hair? Your hair is beautiful. It's soft. And he went on and on, giving me reasons why I shouldn't cut my hair. I said, I want it all gone. So he cut my hair, and I was bald. I was completely bald. I didn't know, I had never seen my head the way it looked in a mirror, and I was happy.
I just decided I frankly had had enough, and I just stopped. And I went to my hairdresser and told him that I was not coming back for any more chemicals, and I wanted him to begin the process of cutting the chemicals out. And he told me under no circumstances would he be a part of this, because this natural hair would not become me. And he didn't want to have any parts of being, you know, responsible for this new look I was moving into. I ignored him and began letting it grow out, and I found a natural hair care provider, and she started me on my journey of locks, and I had about a ½ an inch of growth, and it's been about a year now, and I love it. It's the best thing I've ever done.
Oh, is it not open? Oh, okay. Shopping steps. That's what happened. What? Why is there? Hello, madam.
Okay, I just need y'all to let me know next time that people out here can't drive in an inch zone.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm from New York and we don't play that. This is the madness before. This is the madness before the big child. Tahira knows. I called her, I texted her like a month ago, and I was like, I'm gonna cut it today. She was like, oh, I wish I could be there with you. And then, you know, stuff happened, my schedule changed, and I couldn't cut it. So then we decided that we were gonna do like a group thing, and they were gonna come with me to be there for moral support when I cut my hair. Although I don't have that much hair to cut, but you know, it's just symbolic, it needs to go.
Somebody's gonna after 40.
See you next.
The natural after 40. She's trying so hard to see the same face. Girl, I feel it. She just smiles. I'm just gonna keep smiling. It's cute. It's working. I said dive in. So with that.
Or you could just take it slowly.
Thank you. Ain't nobody listening. What do you feel
No.
Yeah, I'm with the take it slow crew.
Yes.
Just gonna ease. Because I'm loving this. I'm loving the curl.
I'm not ready for this step.
Right. I'm just going.
What I did was
I'm just gonna get used to this.
I just did it in steps. Like I stopped getting relaxers, and then I stopped dyeing it, and then just like every time I would go, like every other week, I would just cut a little bit more and more and more, and then it just got to a point where it started growing so much that then she cut like that much off per day. So, but then it was like all even because it had all different lengths and colors. And if you do it slow, it'll be an easier sort of transition. Like it's easier to really understand your hair. Right.
Really? Because I know I just tweeted you. So tell me mine. No, I'm being
So just up, high up. All right. That's good. The ceremonial cut, ladies.
Be a part of the journey.
Wow. No turning back.
That's it. Yeah, you can't. There's no way I can go back with that.
I wasn't prepared for the big chop, but they did cut my hair about this short. So I remember walking out of the salon and my car was parked right in front. I remember walking out of the salon and some guy beeped at me and I was like, oh, look at me. You know, guys do that every once in a while. And, you know, I was like, okay, well, you know, my hair's short. Okay, I'm still cute.
I was doing a lot of training. I was training for a marathon, and I would see women with natural hair, and I found myself relaxing my hair more often than I usually did because I had extensive training 6 days a week. And I was relaxing my hair like every 3 weeks because it's really true that you can sweat your perm out. Like you really do get new growth faster. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I did my marathon, and after my marathon, I became pregnant. So I was like, it's a good time to go natural because you're not supposed to put chemicals in your body anyway. So I was like, well, let me just start now.
I brought up the idea cautiously to my mom and dad. It didn't go over well. Actually, I remember when I decided that I wanted to do it, I told my mom, like, I really want to cut my hair. I've been thinking about it. I really want to do it. Instead, she took me to a hair salon to get my hair done.
What we do and how we style natural hair will have them leaving with so much confidence. Sometimes there's not even confidence when they leave our salon. I tell them, call me in 2 days or text me in 2 days. Because the amount of compliments they're going to get when they walk the streets and when they go to work and see these same people who they used to look at with their permed hair or whatever is going to be so different because everybody can attest to this, that a new beauty comes out of a woman with natural hair. So I think the fun part is to kind of like educate them and to almost pep talk them. And a lot of times I have to pep talk them into, forget the hair. Yes, the hair looks hot because I just did it, but forget the hair. Walk like you're confident. Speak like you're confident. Just own everything about you
and you will be beautiful, and people will be attracted to you simply because of the confidence that you exude.
Do you think it's possible for black women to have a perm or to have a relaxer and still fully love themselves? And still fully embrace who they are? Or do you have to have natural hair in order to fully do so?
That is probably the best question I've ever heard in all my interviews. So you're gonna ask me again. Go ahead, but that is a beautiful question. Like, I don't even have an answer yet, but I'm buying myself some time, so go ahead, ask me again. Okay. So this is the way I wanna answer that question. I think that, yes, they can love themselves, okay? They can love themselves as if they're permed and they're absolutely confident, blah, 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 just like you said. And yes, I love myself. They love themselves. I think that they don't know how much more they can love themselves. So here is a city twist that we did. And so simple, so easy. You can wash it every day and you can just easily style this. And you know what? If you think it's too much for corporate, okay, that's okay. Let's turn it into a nice corporate hairstyle. How easy you can do this. No clips, no pins, just with the hair itself. Denise, please model your gorgeous corporate natural hairdo.
So you see, you can go from wild to corporate.
You can go
and
from
then go
wild
back to wild. No, hot.
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 H-A-U-T-E. Hot. So who the hell said natural had to be boring?
Not me.
Oh no, not I.
Before I went natural, I thought I was all that. I thought I was cute. I thought I had confidence. But when I went natural, I saw my true, beautiful self. I decided to put together Natural is Not a Fad because I was doing a whole lot of shows. I'm telling you, I went everywhere. Ohio, Toronto. I was doing so many shows. And by doing those shows, I saw that something was missing. And I saw that it was a lot of vending, but there was no education. This is how we are choosing to wear our hair. We're becoming more educated, and this is it. So that's why the focus of my event is all about education. You can shop. I have vendors, you know, you can shop and still have that aspect. But I wanted to educate the ladies in a large setting.
Good morning.
Oh, this is very strong. Yeah, it is.
I'm here to learn more about natural hair care products and to just mix and mingle with other women who have natural hair.
I'm newly natural and I'm loving it. I've had a perm for like 10 years maybe. Totally broke off my hair, stripped it of all the protein. It was thin, it was just horrible. So I decided I'm gonna cut my hair off, got a nice face, and I went natural. And I'm loving it. I'm saving money, I'm meeting all these great people, I'm learning about myself. Why not?
I love about these events, I always tell Jamisha that, is that every time I see an event like this, natural hair, there is absolutely no drama. Everybody's just so happy. This is what I want people to see in the black community. We are happy people. We're not that stuff that you see on television. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my take on it. Your question?
I just wanted to ask you, if you have a child that has a perm in her hair and her hair is very short, what should the mother do to just transition out of that?
Well, someone told me, and I'm just going to reiterate what I've learned. She asked the question of, if your child has had a perm and their hair is short, but you're transitioning, what is the best option? I personally don't recommend a big chop. If I was 7 years old, I mean, some kids were cool with that. But if I was 7 years old, going up in cruel America public schools, I would not want a big chop, you know, and I'm just keeping it real because bullying is real, you know, so the transition that I would say is maybe see if you can twist it yourself, or if extensions is the option that you want to take, I think that's fine.
A lot of people have issues with corporate America. I can't wear my hair like this because I work, I don't give a where you work. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? Because do you still do the calculations properly? Very good. Do you still come on time and do what you need to do very well? Very good. Then it doesn't matter how your hair is. Frankly, it really doesn't. And a lot of people who make it matter are black women themselves. Do you understand? So it is up to us to continue wearing our hair wild and natural and doing what we do so that people can associate corporate with still being natural. Do you follow what I'm saying? Very, very important. A lot of women will press their hair when they're going to work. Let me tell you about pressing. Did you see my look? Because I even saw my look and I can't see myself. So let me tell you about pressing. A lot of people stop perming their hair because it breaks their hair, it does all kinds of blah, 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 right? So does pressing. It burns your hair straight, basically, and a lot of people have seen that if you press your hair, you wash it, and you're like, why is this part straight? That's what it does. And then now you have a half row. That is not okay. You understand? That is not okay. So there are other options. You want a straight fix, fine, get a full head weave, whatever. It's not that serious. At least your hair underneath is still natural and still very healthy.
Everybody is not in this natural hair box. I dress fly, I wear makeup. When I was in corporate America working for the federal government, I wore my puff, I wore whatever I wanted to. And like she said, the Caucasians, the other people embraced it. And my black sisters were, why are you coming to work looking like that? I mean, you gonna run a comb through that? I did this morning, work on my fingers. I did.
I remember hiding my hair from my grandma because I knew that that would just be instant source of antagonism and arguments, because my grandma would talk about my mom for cutting her hair, cutting her permed hair. So even short hair for my grandma was like unfeminine and like, are you a lesbian type thing? So I wasn't trying to have her see me with like short natural hair, because she probably would have believed I was like an alien lesbian monster girl.
When I cut out all the perm and started off with these baby locks and my hair was no longer processed, I went into a senior staff meeting and it was as if an alien walked into the meeting room. It was jaw-dropping looks, and even until the locks began getting a little hang time, as they say, I got really crazy looks like, what can you possibly, what are you, you know, what is she thinking? Has she lost her mind? How could she come to work looking like this?
A lot of these women know that when they're transitioning right now or they're trying to go natural, the first people to hate it or to say, sweetie, what are you doing, is their mother.
Parents were very, very, very upset that I cut my hair. Extremely upset, to the point where there are some events, family events that my parents didn't want me to attend because they were embarrassed that I had cut my hair. It took probably 3 or 4 years for my parents to finally warm up to my hair being natural.
Family members, even my mother, would say things like, you know you want to get a relaxer. Like, that hair is tight, like she would do the fist thing, like tight.
A lot of my coworkers, most of them were like, wow, you look beautiful. Like, I love it. And some people were like, what did you do? Why did you cut your hair? So I explained it to them. And they were like, oh, okay. But when I went home to South Carolina, my family thought I lost my mind. They thought I went crazy. I'm in D.C. Like, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing? And they asked me if I was going to lock my hair. I'm like, no. And they said, well, what are you going to do with it? You know, are you just going to wear it like that? And I'm like, pretty much.
You just have to build your confidence up and really make a conscious decision to support what you're doing. And don't let outside interference get in the way of what you choose to do.
The person that I'm with now, you know, he's awesome. You know, he embraces my natural hair even more than I do sometimes. Like, it's made a bigger difference than I even expected it to. There's a difference in being in a relationship with someone who's just like, oh, okay, that's who she is, and being in a relationship with someone who's interested in what happens, you know, who's interested in the details of your hair, like, you know, wants to see you wear it out. Like, I like it when you wear it down and you do this. It feels good to hear that.
I think my dad, I think he likes it way better natural. Because I remember when I actually used to get perms, and I always liked my hair straight if I got perms. He'd always complain and say he doesn't like it straight. He'd always want it to be curly. So now that we have our natural hair and it's kind of curly or more afro, he likes it better.
I think most black men prefer women with natural hair because they want to touch our hair. They want to, you know, we can lay on them, because when a black woman has her hair done and it's light and fried, they want to make sure that you have to sleep a certain way. You can't get their hair messed up. You know, you can't go swimming or do any activities because it's all surrounding your hair. And I think it limits stuff. Like, he can't run his fingers through your hair. He can't touch it. Like, don't touch my hair. But with natural hair, you can do all of those things. You're not limited.
I've heard how some women just need a perm, and that goes to texture, because good hair is acceptable. Like, if it's wavy and it has loose curls, most men can handle that. But when your hair is tight and you can hardly get a comb through it, that's probably the texture that some of those men don't find as favorable.
I've dated young ladies with weave for days. I've dated dreads. I've dated natural look. I dealt with this half white, half Asian girl, so she just let it flow. So, you know, they kept their hair up. I dealt with this girl with a closer shape of the minds at one point. It's kind of odd, but, you know, she kept it up. She had the calm. She could work with it. You know, she had the head shape. She didn't have like a bobblehead type deal. So she was good to go. So as long as you keep it up, you know, hair is your hair, you know. So as long as you got it, flaunt it.
I mean, you know, just being in today's day and age, I mean, we're looking at ladies with tracks, weave, lace fronts, you name it. I mean, so it's a big deal, you know. You know, you go into some stores, you know, it's a wall full of just hair. So it's like, something that we have to look at, but the biggest thing is keep it maintained.
You know, if you're gonna go natural, just put a little oil in it, some glitter, accessorize. You know, I'm big on accessories. If you come outside and, you know, earrings and jewelry, and but hair, it is important. You don't want to be seen with your woman and, you know, her hair is not maintained, especially as a man and someone sitting next to me have hair. You know, women look at our hair, and if our hair isn't maintained, then it's a problem also. So we carry the same standard.
Like, say if I was single, right, which I'm not, right? But if I was single, I couldn't go after a girl. I don't know if I would be fully attracted to a woman with a perm. I just couldn't, because for me it says so much about you at 31. I think that I would get to know you first, but I couldn't necessarily engage myself because for me it's an accessory, but it's more than that. It's deeper than that. You know, me studying it and studying especially black women hair in this country. And if you've never, the biggest thing for me is if you've never seen yourself in your natural state, then what are you gonna teach to your daughter? Cause I know my little sisters, my little girl, you know what I mean? I work in the middle school and I could talk to them about their hair and they like, ugh, nappy hair. No, what you talking about? I talk to my little young men in my rites of passage group, they like, nah, with no girl with no nappy hair, it gotta be long. They gotta be, you know, they gotta look the part. They do what they see. And I'm uncompromising because I want people to know what the issue is, and let's deal with it. You know,
that's kind of rough to say. I don't want to deal with this person because of their hair, and it knocks them out of the talking game. So I don't know. That's kind of rough. And that's why,
I battle with that too, like because it feels like I'm being slightly superficial. You know what I mean? Because I battle with it, like, you know, I'm just like, nah, your hair is like that, so I don't really, I can't ride with you. Because I remember my wife when I was in high school, she had a perm. But I'm just realizing, and when I'm older now, and it's just, I don't know if it's my mindset, and I battle with it. I was talking to my wife about it the other day. I was like, yo, I don't know. Like, if I ain't had you and I had to go date again, and it feels like it's superficial, you know, and I battle with it, but nah.
I know another young lady, natural hair, and you know, you think, you look at her from afar, you may even talk to her for a hot second, you think, she got her stuff together. And you really get in depth. You're like, oh my goodness, maybe she. Oh no, she don't got it together. I mean, it's I guess a different perspective. And if I'm just going off hair alone, then you can jump to those conclusions. But I mean, some folks just don't have their head game straight, man. It's a bad deal. It's a bad deal.
So I'm gonna show you how I get this look, and I just wouldn't show it for anyone. So hope you enjoy.
All right. So you want us to start?
Let's start.
Okay. I never wore my hair like this before. See, every day it's different. And that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, and done. Ta-da!
Once your hair gets to a certain length, you start spending a lot of time washing your hair, conditioning your hair, deep conditioning your hair, twisting your hair, untwisting your hair. It just takes a while. And I rather pay someone to do that for me and have my hairstyle last 2 weeks, maybe 3 if I really push it, and go right back to the salon.
I went to a hairdresser out here. Her name is Jennifer Lord, and she styled my hair beautifully, gave me a little cute color in the front, a little cute color in the back, so I might still go to her.
A hairstylist is someone who can listen
to the concerns of a client, be professional and creative. That's the balance that makes a good hairstylist. Someone who will take the time to be on time, use quality products, give you the attention, the individualized attention that you deserve, be reliable, and also does magnificent, gorgeous, beautiful hair. Hair that when you step outside that door, everyone attacks you. That's what I expect. If you go outside after you've left my salon and 20,000 people do not tell you that your hair is amazing or ask you, where did you get your hair done, then I just haven't done my job. I expect my clients to feel like a celebrity after they've left my salon. I want them to have a mental red carpet in their mind, because that's what people are going to do. They're just going to turn towards you and look because I did your hair and it's a masterpiece. That's a good hairstylist. You want someone who everybody wants access to. You may not love Jennifer Lord, but when it comes to natural hair, as far as the work that I do, the hair that I do, the presentations, the productions, you can't say anything bad about it. I mean, you'd be lying. I think that this whole opportunity, this whole experience of me being a stylist and being a successful stylist to where I'm able to have my own business and make my own clientele it's a blessing. It's definitely a gift from God. You know, some people wake up and they know this is what I'm going to do when they do it. That wasn't the case for me. It was always there and I was always doing it, but I never imagined that I would be doing it professionally. I was just down on my luck, and, you know, by accident, I did hair out of my apartment, made some money, and it just clicked. Like, this is what I'm supposed to do. I make more money in 2 hours than I make at this job that I hate in 8 hours. So I need to do what I need to do to get to do this, to make the money and to be happy while I'm making it. That's the whole goal right there. It's to, when you're working hard and you're tired and you're stressed out, you still love what you do, you can still live with yourself. I wasn't anxious in the sense that I was nervous, like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? I was excited. I was anxious, excited, like, all right, I'm gonna cut my hair. Like, I've never had a problem with having short hair, because again, I had cut my hair and it was basically short when I got my big chop. It wasn't the length of the hair I was concerned with, it was the texture. Because again, having had a perm for 20 years, I didn't know what my real hair looked like. I didn't know if I was gonna have, you know, really, really tight curls or looser curls, you know. That was the only variable I was concerned about, like, what is it actually gonna look like when it's done? I had already, you know, had friends who were like, girl, just go natural. Just stop permanent, just don't worry about it. It's not, you know, it's not the end of the world, you know, it's just hair, it'll grow back, and you'll be a lot happier if you just stop with the creamy crack. So I did. That was my last perm, was August of, what year is this? So August of 2011 was my last perm.
All natural.
Andrea. Meet Andrea.
You're done. Picture.
There weren't enough chairs.
So wait,
wait. Oh, wait.
Paparazzi. What? Goodbye.
Going natural has allowed me to be more comfortable who I am in my own skin. Not that I wasn't comfortable with who I was, but having the perm and feeling like I have to have my hair look a certain way to walk out the door or else I won't be accepted, it kind of messes with you and you don't really realize it. So it's freeing to just be like, oh, no. No, I'm leaving, yep. You gonna leave like that? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, kinks, naps and all, and I'm walking out the door and bye-bye. And if you like it, great, and if you don't like it, so what?
My advice for women who want to go natural is to be delicate with your hair, be patient, be educated, watch YouTube, Google, get on some blog spots.
Be patient. Be patient with yourself, be patient with your hair, and be patient with the people around you.
If you get frustrated, don't run to a relaxer. Weave it up, braid it up. Like, don't give in. Like, there are days when I'm completely frustrated, but when I get like that, I'll get braids or I'll get a weave, and that's your time where you can have silky flowy hair without compromising the integrity of your natural hair. So it's okay. If you want to braid it up, weave it up, there's nothing wrong with it.
Do you think you'll ever go back to, have you ever considered ever, is the possibility even remotely open that you would relax your hair again?
I don't think I would relax my hair again. I really don't. I really don't. I may have had that thought maybe once after I first cut it. And I was like, I don't think I can do this, you know? And then my friends talked me off the ledge and like, you can do it, stick it out. It's not gonna look like this forever. But no, I don't think I would ever go back to it.
I will never go back to wearing a perm. I don't like the smell. I don't like what it's done. And health-wise, I can't go back for my own personal reasons. I will not go back to wearing a perm.
No, I will never go back to wearing a perm. That's not to say that I would never experiment with, you know, I've experimented with hair additions or like, you know, like maybe natural weaves or, hey, I may even throw on a straight wig, but as for my own hair, I would never perm it. That's like, I can't even think of a comparison that'd be like bleaching my skin. For me, that's how it would feel.
I don't have to feel as though, oh, you know, my hair is growing out, the relaxer's growing out, and I've got to get it done, or, you know, somebody's going to know that I have nappy hair. Everybody already knows I have nappy hair. My hair is reflecting my belief that in my natural African state, I'm beautiful.
Being light-skinned African American, a lot of times people think, oh, well, you're supposed to have that good hair. And I'm like, well, what is good hair? I don't think good hair has to do anything with the texture of your hair. Good hair is healthy hair.
I feel a lot different. I feel healthier inside and out, mentally, spiritually, and all. I feel completely different.
I think I would get her a little differently. Like, I think she's more confident, so it like encourages me because she's my role model. So like I don't know, it encourages me and makes me happy that she's more confident in herself and her hair. And I think she like came into her own.
I can jump in the pool and have a head full of luscious, tightly curled hair, and then come home, put it up in a bun, straighten it, do whatever. Like, my hair has made me more confident because it is just completely versatile and it's God-given. So for me, can't go wrong with that.
I hope it says that I take myself seriously, so I want the world to take me seriously also. I hope it says that I'm someone who has contextualized myself within the African experience and that this is how I want to express that. I hope that it says that, you know, I'm creative. I hope that it says I'm awesome. But that's what I hope my hair says. What it actually may say, I think is probably different from that. But those are the things I hope it says.